Hello and welcome to the third episode of the Shower Beer Podcast. My name is John and I am great at riding helicopters but bad at riding golf carts.
My name is Miko and I once punched the lead singer of Trapped.
My name is Jack and I totally forgot about this segment. Let's move on.
Alright, just like Jack. So, speaking of things that are bad about us, we're going to go ahead and start this show with errors from last week. Now we want to kind of preempt everyone else telling us how bad we are. So we had the interns create a nice little rundown, which Jack is going to read back to us now.
I'll go over it right now. First of all, Yarny, I'm a little afraid of us being sued for libel. You said Kristen Wiig pushed you?
No, Allen Iverson pushed me.
Mm-hmm.
I made Kristen Wiig laugh. I combined those two celebrity appearances.
I'm pretty sure you can make Allen Iverson laugh if you told him that you got the story mixed up, though.
Here's hoping for next time I see him. And preferably in a less pushy fashion.
Of course.
Now, please do explain. How did you make her laugh?
I don't remember exactly what I said. At the time, I was managing a retail store in her hometown where she was with her father and very autistic brother. And they needed ink or something very mundane. I just said something off the cuff, and it was a genuine laugh. I stand by that. So I've made a Saturday Night Live alum laugh. Mic drop.
Proud of you. I'm very proud of you.
Yeah, you don't remember what you said.
Not even a little bit now.
Like, I would have written that down.
Yeah, well, get on my level.
Yeah, I guess
Genius
so.
can't be captured, except in podcast form.
One other thing, we kind of went over what a cannibal crew would be. This isn't quite an error, but how's a party? I mean, everybody knows the Donner Party. So
that's pretty good.
Yeah, I like that.
That was my one idea for the cannibal crew.
That could get really fuzzy in playback, depending on what kind of, if you're having a cannibal party. The party at a party?
Well, I mean, it's kind of like, you go to a restaurant and you're like, oh, Donner, party of 6.
Fair enough.
Yeah, great.
All right, so that's it for errors?
We got Iverson wore a suit twice for the draft and actually for his Hall of Fame speech. We talked about the AC Slater.
Yeah. No, there's no error there.
Yeah.
I just wanted to clarify. It can be called the AC Slater. However, South Park covered it in the Reverse Cowgirl episode where women were dying because the toilet seat wasn't put down.
Great episode.
So the solution was to face the toilet.
Right.
And what they call the Reverse Cowgirl. So that, you can look down and see that the toilet seat was down. However, they called it the Sir Harrington when you went to the bathroom because that's who invented the flushing toilet.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah, wasn't the top of the toilet supposed to be like the dinner tray?
Yeah. Yeah, so
yeah,
you
but
could...
I was personally aware of the AC Slater long before the Sir Harrington episode. So I claim precedence.
When did Sir Harrington invent the toilet?
Claim denied.
Errors next week?
I guess so. Interns?
So wait, how could it be an error that he got his story mixed up on his intro last week when you didn't even give us one today? You just completely forgot. We're doing our roundabout intro?
Yeah. Well, I don't have an error.
It's not a new thing.
There's no error for me to...
Yeah, there is.
You pleaded the fifth?
Yeah, right?
I just won't speak so they can't make fun of me.
We'll see how long that works. Silence is definitely make funable.
Matt Schaub. He is currently a quarterback for the Atlanta Falcons.
Okay.
Sounds about right.
He hasn't touched the field yet, so I can't confirm or deny whether or not he's alive. Okay. So, that was just a little clarification.
So maybe not actually an error.
Yeah.
Maybe he is dead.
Mm-hmm. And I just thought I'd throw this
dead serious, we'll get back in the league.
Cleveland could use him.
Probably.
Even if he's dead.
Hey, that could turn into a movie. Future Miko's movie pick.
Here's the thing, though. We already got one movie about the Cleveland Browns. Draft day. We don't need a second.
I do not think we need a second.
True that.
All right, so this isn't an error at all. This is just something.
There wasn't an errors.
This is something I just thought I'd throw in.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
So we were talking Saint Lunatics last week.
Oh, we were.
We were. And remind me of the song we talked about.
Murphy Lee's career, R.I.P.
Midwest Swing?
Midwest Swing. I looked it up on Spotify. Yarny was right. It is indeed a song.
Not an error?
No. But I just thought I'd do a quick 1-2 with you guys. The 4 related artists came up, or, recommended artists, if you're looking at the St. Lunatics. I'm going to put it at 1.5. Can you name all 4 of them?
Although 4 related artists.
And does Nelly count?
Nelly was not in it, I will tell you that.
Okay.
I want to say City High.
Just name 4. See if you can name 4.
All right. Philly's Most Wanted?
Let's just keep
All right. I feel like the era was like Cash Money Records, Juvenile maybe, Master P,
Diplomats.
Cameron, and the Diplomats thereof.
Are you ready for this?
Oh my God.
Celine Dion.
You got none of them. Celine Dion, I think, was 5th. So we got the Big Timers. Murphy Lee.
I was close. I count that.
Murphy Lee's a member.
He's a member.
Oh,
I told
count
you no
Big
Nelly.
Timers by saying
said
Cash Money Records.
I think
which
it falls
basically, I mean, I'm counting that.
All right. Murphy Lee.
All right, that's bogus.
The Youngbloods.
Youngbloods.
Oh.
They were in Delaware with Kanye in like 05.
No, that was the Young Guns.
Oh,
and
yes.
I was at that show.
It's close enough.
No, I was close enough because I was like 5 rows back because Kanye West hadn't blown up yet.
Nice.
Young Guns were there with a surprise performance by Freeway. And Kanye had this young pianist who I remember very clearly telling my girlfriend at the time, man, that guy on piano, he's really something special.
Paul McCartney?
Not Paul McCartney. Even better, John Legend.
Oh, okay.
So I called that one right.
Even better.
That is the exact opposite of the single wrongest I've ever been, which was after Rihanna's first single saying, oh, this song's really good, but what a definite one-hit wonder.
Didn't she like just win some like lifetime achievement award at the VMAs?
Yeah,
At the
probably.
age of 26?
Yeah, so
Good for her.
that is the single wrongest I've ever been. I can pinpoint it.
Well, here's the second single wrongest you've ever been. Number 4 was P.D. Pablo.
All right, that seems right. That
man.
makes sense.
Has anyone driven through the state of North Carolina and not played that song? Like, I seriously go out on my way for it every time I drive.
I think
through
there
the
was
state.
once, maybe.
I will now.
Yeah,
you have
exactly. Yeah, exactly.
I was listening to podcasts and I didn't even think of it.
I drove
feel
to
like-
Atlanta and I played that, and I obviously played Welcome to Atlanta as soon as we hit the Atlanta line.
You know what? There's an app. It's like If That Then, and basically you can program things in where if one thing happens, the app will automatically do a follow-up thing.
Okay.
So you could program it
to play
if-
59 miles to Jacksonville.
if GPS coordinate equals North Carolina, play PD Pablo.
That's amazing.
But then will it stop playing P.D. Pablo?
Depends
That's the
on
only
the-
question.
Do you want it to stop playing P.D. Pablo?
That depends on how good your programming skills are, I think. I keep meaning to use this program because it can make me like less of an asshole. My first thought was take like my parents' anniversary. If date equals 8/17, text mom and dad, happy anniversary, you guys. Thinking of you on this day.
So it will text that, and you won't text that?
No, it just does it automatically.
Okay, so
I
you
like
will
it.
be just as much of an asshole.
Right, but
Yeah.
people won't know it,
Okay.
Unless
there
your
you go.
parents listen to the podcast.
which they certainly won't.
Good.
The thing that you have to watch out for, because you can do it with like birthdays also, the person that you only text once a year for their birthday, so every year it shows up the exact same word in text at the exact same time of day.
I like it.
Just don't
Like,
specify the age.
Yeah, right. Wow. John really likes texting me my birthday at 11:56 a.m. Happy birthday. I hope that you're making it a great one. Exclamation, exclamation, smiley face.
I like it. Jack, any more errors that weren't errors?
No more.
All right. So now we're going to move into the rundown. Hot off the presses this week, the entire internet's talking about it. Brangelina is no more.
Devastated. Absolutely devastated.
So I know I personally like how the internet immediately turned to the one victor of this situation, Jennifer Aniston, who of course has moved on with her life long ago.
100%.
Happily married.
Yeah.
But the memes, they rewarded her as the victor. I mean, just a king upon a conquered throne, as if it were.
I mean,
guess queen probably.
Has she overtaken Harambe now for memes in the last like 3 days just because so many mentions?
I mean, it might possibly. I want to have an intern
We need a
fact
stat
check
check
that.
on that. Yeah.
See what
Count
that.
them one
I
by
mean,
one.
I was just kind of like, everyone's like, oh, score one for Aniston. I'm like, here's the thing. Brad Pitt's going to be okay.
Right.
I mean, he's gonna make it.
Yeah, I
Brad
think
Pitt
so.
is
I
gonna
think
be
he's
all right.
already made it before the divorce.
Yeah, I mean, and everyone's like, "Oh, Jennifer wins." I'm like, Brad's gonna probably just hook up with some 23-year-old,
Yeah,
and
who's
that's where we're at
stunning.
right now.
Yeah.
I like how the New York Post came through in fine New York Post fashion. The cover of their issue had a giant picture of Jennifer Aniston laughing maniacally.
Yes, that's fantastic.
Which I really don't get all of, like, I know that everybody has that one, like, fist bump moment when you find out your ex got fat after cheating on you, but to this level, like, I don't know.
I want to abandon that part of the conversation and talk about how great it is that the New York Post does things like this.
Yeah.
They have my all-time favorite celebrity death headline ever. Cannot be beat. When Ike Turner died,
Oh boy.
their headline for the story was Ike Turner beats Tina to death.
That is amazing.
I mean, right?
Like, here's the thing. Other publications, you get fired. You probably there's incentive-based raises based on headlines like that at the Post. That's so
They're
good.
a top-selling paper. Like, they're...
And Hulk Hogan has taken down a website for less than that, I think.
Yeah.
I mean...
Oh, it's absolutely wonderful. But yeah, Brad and Angelina broke up. Brad is I think the actual winner because, yeah, like you said, he can have his pick of anything ever.
Yeah.
Angelina, I guess, is probably still sexy, but look at all that baggage. Like, who wants 6 kids that are 4 different colors? Like, that just seems like a lot to take on.
Sounds horrible.
Well, I didn't say that.
Don't imply.
You're the monster here.
I saw this screenshot from CNN's headline. It was the top story. It said Brangelina split. And then the side stories were like drone strike in Syria kills 12. And just continue, like Obama something. I'm like, okay, yeah, these aren't important.
The
Brangelina
UN
split.
is going on right
Hey, it's
now.
all about priorities. Syria's had enough in the news. By the way, this week's podcast brought to you by Skittles. So moving right along, Kevin James has a new show out. Just premiered on Sunday, I've been told. I believe Chris confirmed that for me.
Yeah, apparently Kevin James is back. I cannot wait till it gets canceled.
And as such, we present to you guys the Kevin James Countdown, where we count down the time until that show gets canceled. First off, what is the name of this show? Anybody?
Kevin James, Fat Slop, his brother, and Patton Oswalt are probably still in the show.
Close. Kevin Can Wait.
Kevin Can Wait.
Really?
Yep. I didn't know it when I asked the question. Remembered it afterwards. Just because there's a local radio station who keeps making fun of the name of the show.
Did we have Mrs. Miko on the line to confirm the name of the show?
Well, yeah, so my mom texts me in all caps, of course. Hey, Kevin James' new show Sunday. We should watch. Love ya. I'm like, no. I'm gonna watch.
You don't love your mom?
I do love her.
So
But I don't love her to the
denial
point
love
where
for
we're going to skip a football game to watch the broadcast premiere of Kevin James' soon-to-be-canceled show with the same recycled CBS comedy format.
So I'm going to make my bold prediction of the week that this show takes a while to get canceled because he's made a lot of sitcom money.
I'm thinking like 5 years.
Oh, no. I think the ratings are going to be abysmal. I give it a full season.
One full season.
One full season.
I'm taking the over.
Yeah, this is the same network who has Two Broke Girls still on air.
Oh, I'm already locked in.
Yeah, you're locked in.
I'm locked in, guys.
So no forced echoes this week, so you can change your pick.
We'll at least edit it from here on.
Oh,
How
yeah,
about
no.
that? Yeah.
We have the technology. I'm not that lazy.
We're keeping Micah's predictions this time.
Yeah.
I love Kevin James. His new show's a hit. Every award winning.
I can't wait to be a co-star on it.
Fair enough.
I would. I'd do a walk on a roll in a heartbeat.
Oh, I'll go on any show. I'm pretty shameless.
But I loved you in Paul Blart.
2 was better than 1.
I loved you in Leah Remini.
When are we getting Zookeeper 2?
Any day now.
Was he an MMA fighter in a movie?
Oh, yeah.
He broke his nose and got his face bashed in to save a school.
Yeah, Paul Blart, wrestler.
Paul Blart, the wrestler.
Something like
Written
that.
by Mickey Rourke.
Yeah. Oh, that can't be good.
That can't be good at all.
I can't imagine that writing is one of his talents. Could he even read?
Probably not.
If not, probably not now. So moving on from that, still in the headlines is the national anthem.
Somehow.
Story that will not die. But you know what? I guess that's the goal. And so the new spin on it is that the NBA, which is going to be relevant again pretty soon, they actually have in their official rules that players must stand during the national anthem. And there's always been at least one player. There's already been at least one player that I haven't heard of who's come out to say that he will not stand for it. So I don't know. What do you guys think?
I mean, this is obviously coming from Abdul Rauf back in '96.
Obviously.
Yeah. For those who don't know.
The casual NBA fan remembers that quite clearly. Yeah. Mahmoud Abdul Rauf and his long storied career in Denver.
He did have one season where I think he missed one free throw to be the all-time, single season leading.
Everybody
free
knows
throw.
that.
Yeah,
Right. We're just going over things that are common knowledge.
Yeah.
Reggie Miller shoots threes. Abdul Rauf's a hell of a free throw shooter, and Shaq was pretty good at basketball. Everyone knows that.
Hall of Famer Shaquille O'Neal.
And this is obviously
so real quick, Jack. Other things that everybody knows about basketball. Go.
Jack sucks. Moving on.
All right, you were saying.
This is obviously a David Stern rule. He's long gone. I don't see Adam Silver holding this up.
No, the minute LeBron James takes a knee, they're not going to fine him.
Right.
The backlash would be ridiculous.
Right.
Adam Silver has established himself as the kind of players commissioner. So, I mean, really, there's just people like influential players that just kind of take him aside, like, hey, man, we gotta make something happen here.
Adam Silver's definitely like the cool mom growing up. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like, you weren't embarrassed to have like your mom drop you off at the mall. Like if Adam Silver dropped you off at the mall, you'd be cool with it.
Yeah.
Like she's still a mom, but like everybody gets it.
Exactly.
And that's Adam Silver in a nutshell.
Well, no,
let's get him on the podcast.
Hey, open invitation.
Just wondering, would you trade Antonio Brown to the NBA for Adam Silver as the commissioner?
No, not at all.
Not at all.
Or you wouldn't, Steelers fan.
I mean, I absolutely would.
But what if you would? What if you were a not Steelers fan?
Yeah, of course.
All right. Just want to make sure we do exactly where our bias stands.
Yeah.
But yeah, national anthem's still going strong in the news and in the headlines.
One thing I actually found funny, Malcolm Jenkins of the Eagles, they did a couple of people held up their fists this week,
showing the number of Super Bowl wins as the popular meme.
And of course, the basket of deplorables came out in full force, talking about how terrible he is and using choice words. The funny thing is, there's a picture of the three of them holding up their fists and two guys who are holding the American flag during the national anthem on their phones.
Yeah.
Put it on Snapchat or whatever.
Yeah, but they're on their phone. So it's like, these guys who are standing and, just holding up their fists are the bad guys, yet there's a guy who is Snapchatting.
But here's the thing. When you see the guy holding the camera, you see what shirt he's wearing? It's a Cleveland Cavaliers shirt. It doesn't surprise me one bit. That does not surprise me one bit.
Fans since 1960.
I mean, at this point, as I'm on record, I'm all for, standing up for something, showing this. There needs to be something new to move the dialogue further. I feel like it's kind of stagnated. And what I was really hoping to see, to be bluntly honest with you, would be a top-tier white quarterback to take a knee during the national anthem. And then wait for the inevitable questions about it and just say something right along the lines of, oh, I don't want anyone to be confused. I love the flag. I love this country and everything that it's done for me. But there is a real problem here, and it needs to be discussed. And then just walk away. Because who can argue with that statement?
Right.
I mean, mouth breathers would still find a way to make that argument, but for the most part, that is what we need. But I highly doubt
that's the next step to escalate it. Because at this point, black players making the statement have moved the conversation forward, and I am strongly in favor and proud of what they've done. But everyone's kind of trenched in where they are now. Mm-hmm.
Have you heard about the group text that's been started? Did you read about that?
Yeah.
Up to 80 NFL players are currently engaged in a group text where they're talking about new ways to kind of move it forward. And, I'm all about it. They said apparently this week you're going to get even more people. Yeah, we'll see. Like you said, it's going to take something big to kind of shift it. Mm-hmm. And you know what? You know who I would love to see do it? Tom Brady. First game back from his suspension.
God, I hate Tom Brady, but it would be huge. It really would. And you know what? I applaud those 80 players, and I really hope they come up with something strong.
Yeah, and speaking of Brady, Belichick would never let somebody do something like that to show up the team. But
yeah, but it's Brady.
It is Brady.
Oh, I would. How good would it be?
Gronk.
Brady comes back. He does that. And Belichick benches him.
Yes, for Garoppolo. And Brady never gets his job back.
That would
the
be
Patriots win the
that would
Super
be
Bowl.
well, not that last part, but
That'd
up
be
to that,
terrible because
that'd
I
be
would
literally
lose my MVP bet.
I'd be okay with all of that except the Giants beat them in the Super Bowl.
Oh, of course.
That would be like the greatest scenario ever. I would bathe in that concept if I were able to. But anyway, moving from one national spotlight to another, hockey has something going on, some kind of World Cup type thing.
Yeah, so hockey news here. Apparently, this World Cup that they just made up is a thing. And I was told that Team USA had to play against Team Canada, but Team North America has the most talent. And I said, okay, is that Mexico? But apparently, they divvied up the players into three. The veterans from USA is one, the veterans from Canada another, and then all the young players are Team North America. So, that's your hockey minute.
All right, and moving from that into a rapist in Hollywood. So Radar Online has come out saying that they are on the precipice of breaking news and outing an A-list celebrity as being a pedophile level, I think rape was thrown around. Most notably with Corey Haim, the 80s.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, the 80s child star who didn't do so hot in the 2010s. But
Most likely as a result of this.
I can't imagine that they're not connected.
He definitely won somebody a celebrity death pool that year.
There's a strong chance of that. That would have been a pro pick.
Yeah.
Now, Radar Online has not released the name yet. They are teasing it. So we, of course, are going to speculate wildly over who it is. I've got a few ideas. I don't know if you want me to start. If you guys want to take the lead on this,
Well, I mean, I could throw one name out right now.
go right ahead.
80s, right?
Yep.
We're talking big.
All right.
And we're talking, full energy.
All right.
We're talking Wayne Gretzky. Let's talk hockey. Let's talk hockey. Let's continue this hockey conversation. Wayne Gretzky brutally raped Corey Haim. Anyone else have any picks?
I do indeed. So,
Let's go with one of your.
all right. Well, I took a more academic approach to this and decided to look at. I've got two ideas that are from people he worked with in the 80s. The first of which is his License to Drive co-star, James Avery. Now, you may know James Avery better as Uncle Phil on Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Yes.
And the voice of Shredder. Also, rest in peace, mind you. He's no longer with us.
Would this be as big news if that were him?
Well, the problem is he's not an A-list celebrity.
Not A-list at
Other
all.
than in my heart.
I mean,
Right.
he did have a pretty big part in the Brady Bunch movie as one of the unruly neighbors.
I just like the idea that Shredder's raping Corey Haim.
Yeah. Is it Super Shredder at this point?
I mean, I think he'd have to be. Corey Haim is no small foe.
Of course not.
And he is fueled by pizza.
All right, Jack.
I
As we
mean,
tiptoe basically around brutally raping a child. This is an awful segment.
terrible. I mean, you got to go maybe Roman Polanski. He's got some of that history. He, I'm sure, was around during that time. You never know. You never know.
Okay.
I don't know. A-list. They said it's a giant face in film. I don't know that.
So they said
I couldn't pick Polanski out of the lineup.
Right, but I mean, really, aside from everything that he has done, one of the great directors of all time.
All right.
Fair enough.
So I have another one. I haven't know. They said he's from the article that I read. It said it was a family man, an A-lister, and it would really just shock the Hollywood world. Who did a lot of Disney movies and a lot of big movies in the 80s? Do you guys know who I'm talking about or no? Well, he did specifically the Disney. He was like the first live-action Disney person.
First live-action Disney person.
That's kind of his claim.
I think where you're headed, maybe Rick Moranis.
No, Kurt Russell.
Oh.
Let's just throw Kurt Russell out there.
I mean,
He got divorced in '84.
All right.
What year was this claim? '86.
It's
Sometime in the 80s.
like 87, 88 was a lot of his that's the Corey Haim power time.
I don't know. I'm just thinking Kurt Russell because why not?
I've
got no rebuttal.
He throws on that freaking eye patch.
My rebuttal, Kurt Russell, you got to think all-time stickmen. I mean, he got it in.
He did. Goldie Hawn was grade A in that time. So I'm going to go ahead with my second pick.
Okay.
And this is another co-star, this time in the movie Silver Bullet. I want you guys to picture this real quick.
Oh, wait. You're going to... Oh, don't you say it.
Gary Busey.
No! Don't you say it.
Gary Busey. I mean, I just want you guys to imagine
Is
that.
he considered A-list?
I mean, no.
You know what?
No.
He gave us Chet Stedman. I'm good with it.
He's not
Well,
A-list.
I mean,
but,
anytime you're on The Apprentice, you're not A-list.
but he's a super amount of crazy.
The crazy makes him the wild card there.
Right. Does anyone else have another pick, or do you want my real one?
I mean, the Radar did throw in, or was it Radar or was it Barstool threw in the Scientology thing? So, you know, you always got possibly Tom Cruise. I mean,
Right.
all-time A-lister.
He wasn't much younger. I mean, he wasn't much older than Corey Haim at that point.
That's the one thing I was thinking. But
I wouldn't be shocked if that were the case.
not shocked because if you've seen Going Clear, the Scientology movie, they talk a lot about how he is super kinky. And that's pretty much the reason he's still a Scientologist, because they're going to hold it against him all that.
Right.
So,
Well, I mean, I said Wayne Gretzky and Kurt Russell.
Those weren't your serious picks?
I don't know. I don't even know what the difference is anymore with this.
I mean, Gretzky was in LA for a time.
He was.
Fair enough. So my actual pick, if I had to pick just one.
Judge Reinhold?
No. Not an A-lister. I would go with John Travolta.
Okay.
A-list celebrity, a known face in movies, has long been rumored to be a homosexual, had like a mini scandal with a massage guy at some point.
Another Scientologist.
I find that very easy to believe. So that is my pro
after
pick.
seeing Hairspray, I believe it.
Fair enough. So that is my absolute pro pick. And then staying in Hollywood, we're going to move right along to the Lowedown.
The Lowedown. So as you know, the Shower Beer Podcast is where you want to be for your up-to-the-date Rob Lowe updates. And we got one for you. So a director died, I guess, over the last few days, named Curtis Hanson.
Okay.
He was known for
Is that Chris Hansen's father?
Yeah. Why don't you have a seat and let me do this segment?
You see me sitting.
Of course. L.A. Confidential and 8 Mile were his two biggest, completely different movies, by the way.
Yeah.
Those were his two biggest movies. But, of course, Rob Lowe on Twitter decided to make it about him. And all he kept talking about is how much fun he had filming his movie that I've never heard of called Bad Influence, co-starring James Spader. Has anyone seen it?
I saw this tweet and I saw the movie poster.
Okay.
Which I think that's all-time
that's what I'm
great.
saying. The poster intrigued to the point where it's like, maybe this is a future Miko movie minute because...
Maybe.
But I'm not doing it now.
Okay.
But I'm just throwing that
That
out
would be
there.
unprecedented, breaking script for a Micro Movie Minute break-in.
Unprecedented. We don't do that here.
Yeah.
Wait, what is this? Miko Movie Minute?
Yeah, never heard of that one
Never
before.
heard of that before.
So yeah, that's your Rob Lowe update. He tried to make someone else's death about him. And moving on.
All right, seems strong. So now we're going to go ahead and move to a new segment with a old sponsor coming back in a new way, the Malort Bad Taste in My Mouth. I believe that Jack's got this one under control.
Yeah, so there was one clear-cut bad taste in my mouth this week, and that happened to be not just Penn State for honoring Joe Paterno, but that happened to be the Penn State fans, more specifically the fans who made shirts which on the front read, Joe Pa was railroaded, and on the back, Sandusky is innocent.
Oh.
Bold move.
Yeah, that's a bold prediction.
I mean, we're all in for the troll game, all that, but...
Like, Sandusky's not even pretending he didn't do it.
all in good fun. I mean, this is just not even funny.
I mean, here's the thing. You'd be a complete asshole to joke about child rape.
Yeah.
Complete
I
asshole.
can't even imagine. It's
What
really
What
unthinkable.
kind of a monster would do such a thing?
Exactly. Terrible, terrible thing.
I wouldn't let someone like that in my home.
Me neither.
But the crazy thing for me is that Paterno kind of went full circle on me with this one, where they had the whole Penn State sanctions and everything, and everybody was saying, oh, that's too much. And so, of course, they reduced them. And after they reduced them, it came out that, oh, he knew about it in 1976 and later, and, you know, all those people. So, really, Paterno was kind of had a hand in it and put...
Literally?
Hopefully not. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that.
That's a bold accusation.
The kind that we're starting to build our reputation on. And now that Miko is laughing uncontrollably, we're going to move into the segmented time for Miko's movie pick.
So this not even a.
All right, game face.
All right. Yeah. So this movie's not funny, and there's nothing cool about it. But you guys.
Why do you keep laughing?
You guys should really just check out The Prestige. It's a great movie. Has anyone seen it?
Of course. Like,
You have?
Like 9 years ago.
Yes.
When it came out.
All right. Cool. But for
A young Piper Parabo.
I mean, like the
For, like,
Illuminist, I think was better too.
really,
I don't know which one was which, but yeah.
I'm a Nolan fanboy, so I can't say that.
So
for the
excellent cast.
20 listeners, more than Jay Mariotti out there, who haven't
We're
seen
breaking
it.
30 this week.
I hope so.
Yeah.
No,
Maybe-
guaranteed.
Maybe we actually share it this week.
Maybe iTunes actually approves us.
Yeah, that's
God,
it.
Apple is the worst.
So far, they're the worst.
No,
So, yeah.
they always have been.
If you haven't seen The Prestige, go see it. If you have seen it, go see it again and tell me it's better than The Illusionist, please, because I don't even want to think of that kind of thought.
All right.
But seriously, great cast. Hugh Jackman, Christian Bale, Scarlett Johansson,
David Bowie.
Michael Caine, the late great David Bowie. You've got Piper Parabo in there.
Yes.
Other people I'm not thinking of right now.
But you did think of Piper Parabo.
Every night.
Okay.
Coyote Ugly will always be in my
I don't know.
heart.
I thought it was a great movie.
I thought so too.
And I just feel like it doesn't get a lot of recognition when people talk about Nolan films.
Yeah. Nice,
So
nice,
I just wanted to
some
dedicate
nice
this
surprises in there. All right. You know what? I'm on board.
minute. All right.
Not a top 10 film, but a fun watch. And we move from that to Jack's recommendation. So go ahead and top that.
Yeah, so
Please be The Prestige.
The Illusionist.
P.S. There are a lot of segments here that we do not pre-rehearse, as you may or may not have figured out, listening public.
I am not going movies this week. I am going podcasts. And just got to start.
Is it ours?
Aside from ours,
Go ahead.
much to my chagrin, the RJVP did not make a comeback this year. However, I was doing my business on the toilet the other day, and
Texas.
as I refreshed my podcast feed, out of nowhere popped up the Norm Macdonald podcast.
Ooh.
Norm Macdonald Live, I believe that's called.
Yes. And I checked my feed. The last update was August 16th, 2014.
Wow.
And, I mean, pretty much all of their episodes are great.
Agreed. Absolutely.
And it was
That's
one I was...
actually the podcast I listened to through North Carolina last time I drove through the state.
Which one exactly? Just kidding.
I don't know, a bunch of them.
No, okay.
I believe Gilbert Godfrey was in
I
there.
mean, Gilbert was probably the best, but very good episode, and I recommend that for anyone.
Absolutely. He also has a new book out, which I just ordered on Amazon.com. It is good for more than just wiping your shitty asshole. That'll be funny if you actually listen to his podcast this week.
Saw a
Otherwise, it's not.
Deadspin article about Norm like not even getting a laugh from what was that show, the talent search show from the 80s or the early 90s.
Star Search?
Is it Star Search? Is that what it was?
I don't know what you're
That
talking
was
about.
around for a while, yeah.
Anyway, Ed something was the host.
That's
Ed
all.
Sullivan.
Ed Sullivan, yeah.
Probably
Thanks,
was
guys.
it, yeah.
Anyway, yeah.
And that was Star Search then.
Okay, yeah. So he was on. Norm was on it apparently, and he bombed. And Ed Sullivan didn't even crack one laugh. Apparently, it's very awkward to watch, which is almost like anything like Norm. So I bet going back to watch it, knowing Norm now, I bet it's hysterical.
Oh, it's probably great.
We need to find that footage. Let's get an intern on that stat.
Yes.
All right. So moving from Jack's recommendation, we're going to move directly into the Miko Minute.
Oh, okay, yeah. So I got like 4 segments. I don't remember any of them until I get like put on the spot. So I love Twitter. I'm on Twitter probably more than any other social media outlet. Philly Twitter's pretty good. Just like the comedians, the local
Homer.
people. Yeah, it's pretty good. So anyway,
What a great recommendation.
a famous
It's pretty good.
a famous for Philly. Somebody using at Tom Bro Dude passed away over the weekend. And when that happens, a lot of people like to just go retweet their most like favorite or popular tweets. And a lot of the other people were retweeting and telling their stories. And one of the greatest tweets I've ever seen from him, he tweeted a picture of a what's that, stock photo of a basketball to LeBron James. It said, "Hey, you like what you see." Has over 10,000 retweets. Just a picture of a basketball. And like, people were showing it. Someone got it framed and hung it up in their house because he passed away. But anyway, so he used to do a lot of like orchestrated social media events where he would be like, "Hey, at midnight, Like, he once orchestrated a fake trade where everyone tweeted to Hunter Pence that he got traded to the Astros at the same time. And then Astros Twitter freaked out. Pence actually acknowledged it the next day, saying he kind of had to make a couple phone calls. So this guy's pretty popular now. So to honor him, at 10 o'clock last night, about 1,000, maybe like 1,500 different people tweeted to ABC, the local Philly section of the
affiliate.
Affiliate. There's the word.
I know
the same picture of some half-naked dude with his ass sticking out, just like turned looking back at the camera. But people photoshopped it into like all the Center City building, all these different, like someone put him next to Jim Gardner, and can you imagine being the social media manager for that? Having to go through and just try to delete everything. So actually, it's funny. It's been going on all day. So now ABC is only tweeting out like fun, heartwarming stories, and hoping that they're not going to troll it. But it's still going on. It's pretty good.
Wow.
Absolutely wonderful. And that, everybody, has been your Miko Minute.
And a half or two.
I don't know. We'll get a clock on it later. So we're gonna go ahead and move over to the NFL, and staying Miko centric, you've got to be pretty happy. The most hyped game by far going into this week was Steelers Bengals. The previous iteration of that series was an absolute bloodbath.
Yeah, so obviously the referees must have talked pregame because there was no taunting from the players. There was no in each other's face like I was expecting to see. Sloppy field, rainy game, a few turnovers, nothing major. I mean, Pittsburgh jumped out to a double-digit lead, ended up winning by 8 or 9, but it was a good game. For me, it just kind of put like a stranglehold on the division. I mean, I don't think anybody's taking Baltimore super seriously right now. Cleveland's Cleveland. It was just good to like show Pittsburgh still has like, hey, we're the top dog in this division. Don't you forget it. And of course, they don't play again until week 15. It's just so spread out. But
right.
It was good early in the season to get a quality divisional win.
That could be a big one in week 15.
Oh, for sure.
So
it might be for the division at that point.
Who knows? Not us.
Yeah,
not us.
We're not experts.
Of course not.
So speaking of Pennsylvania teams that someone here is happy about a win for.
Pennsylvania teams?
Yeah. You heard me. Jack, I'm sure you're very excited that your Eagles beat the impotent Bears. I think that's the best word I can use.
I'm definitely, like I said, I was holding it back last week. I was much more excited this week. From the first drive, you saw Carson Wentz walking up to the line and making adjustments, making audibles. Where I thought back to how Ryan Tannehill last year was not allowed to audible a single time. And he's been in the league 4 or 5 years now. And this is Carson Wentz in his second game. Kind of commanding the offense like, let's say 5 quarterbacks in the league are allowed to do.
Sure.
Of course, they ran over him at the end of the game. Defense looked better. We injured everybody. So it's still not a good team, but coming up to the Battle of Pennsylvania, I'm definitely excited.
So before we even jump into that, here's the thing. The only possible audible you could do against the Bears defense is walk up to the line, realize, hey, Brian Urlacher doesn't play here anymore. This is the JV high school team. I'm going to go throw 300 yards now. Well, we'll see. I don't know. Everyone was super impressed with Carson that game. I mean, he made some nice throws. To me, it was a 9-7 game with 45 seconds left in the third quarter. And then the Phillies scored a touchdown, fumble, interception, Cutler implosion. Cutler got hurt. I mean, I don't think the final score was any indication how close that game was for a majority of it. But, end result, they're 2-0. Obviously a big confidence-building win for Philly, but next week's going to be a huge game.
Well, let's talk about it. Obviously it's the battle for Pennsylvania, as Jack says.
I've already made like 4 anti-Eagle memes I'm ready to post. And let me tell you right now, if the Steelers lose, I might just post them anyway out of spite.
So I want to go on record right now as a non-Steelers, non-Eagles fan of saying how much I hope that Philadelphia wins. And there's a couple different reasons. First of all, I do actively dislike the Steelers and several Steelers fans that I know, not including anyone in this current room. Second, I just love how Eagles fans are, and because they get so much crap all the time, and right now they're being reserved because they don't have an answer to the "you've beaten the Browns and the Bears" comment, which is true. They've beaten 2 lousy teams.
Which, of course, they don't make their schedule. You play the team in front of you.
Very true. But I just know that if they beat the Steelers, then in their Philadelphia fan brains, there is nothing, like the floodgate is open.
Oh, yeah.
Between now and we're going to be the champions. We're going to win.
16-0.
Best team ever.
Oh, yeah, all that
Carson
kind of
Wentz
stuff.
is the future and the greatest. And I love Philadelphia fans that haven't thought more than 2 steps ahead. Worst chess players in the world, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
If you want to hustle chess money, come to Philadelphia because no one knows how to think more than 90 seconds in the future.
Of course.
And I just love that mindset.
Yeah, Sam Hinkie got ran out of town for thinking like that.
Yeah.
And then watching that mindset get slowly and methodically crushed by reality. Because let's be honest, even if they do win this week, Carson Wentz is still a rookie quarterback. He's going to make mistakes that will cost them games.
Of course.
And they do have needs on offense and defense
100%.
before they are a Super Bowl level
Right.
team.
So
I just want to watch it and just savor it.
So, without talking any shit on the Eagles, just this game is starting to remind me of something. When Ben was a rookie in 04,
I'm sure it reminds you of Ben. Go ahead.
of course. Well, Carson Wentz gets the Ben comp. I mean, he gets
Somehow.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe the same agent has something to do with that.
It's their powerful arms.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably what it is. Anyway, that threw me off.
What
So,
NFL drinking game, watch an Eagles game, and every time that the commentators talk about how powerful Carson Wentz's
gotta
arm
take a
is,
shot.
yeah,
Oh, I'm in.
you'll be dead.
But anyway, I guess the comp
You will
was
literally die.
what Ben's rookie year. He didn't lose a game, the AFC title game, but the first 4 matchups were patsy matchups.
Mm-hmm.
The first big one was the Eagles game. This is back when T.O. and Donovan McNabb were undefeated at
Yeah.
the time.
Yep.
And everyone was like,
remember.
all right, well, they're going to lose this one. And because, Donovan's the vet, Donovan, he's been there. Big Ben didn't know what he's doing. And then what ended up happening was, Pittsburgh won that game. And it was almost like the national come out party, like, hey, this guy might be for real. It's starting to set up that way where Philly, comes out and they beat Pittsburgh. I know the game's in Philly, but I don't think it really matters at that point. That's a huge win for Philly if they can
Yeah,
pull that off.
and Steelers fans will
Absolutely.
travel.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, you're gonna see a good bit of yellow there.
I mean, it's it's not like most. StubHub
here's
has
the-
changed it, yes, but it's not like a Washington game.
Yeah, but here's the thing with Pittsburgh. It's not necessarily travel. It's just they're everywhere. Like when the Steelers played the Chargers last year in San Diego.
Okay, the Chargers,
Okay,
who had 40,000 visiting fans every game.
but I'm just saying, it was so much yellow. I mean, Phillip Rivers literally said he had to go into his silent count for a home game.
They did that every game last year.
I didn't hear that. I'm saying this for Pittsburgh. That's all I'm saying. But no, Steelers fans buy these tickets before they know it's going to be a huge game. I mean, it's just as soon as the schedule comes out, Steelers fans know what games they're going to. It's just one of those things because, especially an NFC team, because they only play them every 4 years.
So you loaded up on your tickets, right?
Of course, yeah. Can't wait to get there.
Awesome. Now, I'm not a true Eagles fan, I guess, in the sense that I let my team do the talking and not me. So I think I'm good with this.
You have nothing to lose in this situation. If you lose, we're the Eagles.
Yeah,
we're supposed
exactly.
to win 4 games.
We have
If
a rookie
win,
quarterback. Come on.
You're gonna run your
Our
route.
wide receivers drop every ball.
And the Steelers are a better team.
Yeah.
I think we can all agree with that right now the Steelers are a better team.
No comment.
There you go.
All right, that's
Look,
But-
like a true Philly fan.
yeah, no chest with this guy here.
So that's all I got for the game.
3-0, we're going to the Super Bowl.
So now that we're through that game, how'd the Colts do this weekend?
I'll talk about it.
all right.
Did they play?
I believe that they did.
Okay.
It was actually televised, so I got to see that.
Oh,
See
so
the game.
So they did play.
So my ability to watch the game was the highlight of the game. And now we're going to go ahead and move on. So the other game this week that really deserves some talking about would be Vikings-Packers. Obviously, divisional rival.
Adrian Peterson went down. That's probably the biggest takeaway. I mean, the story is now at 3 to 4 months he might not be back. I mean, he was Superman last time when he tore his ACL. He was back in it was the most ridiculous timetable I've ever seen.
I actually just looked that up to see how many games he's actually missed, and that season I believe he missed 2 games. The only season he had played less than, I want to say, 12 was his suspension season.
Yeah.
Where he played 1 game and had 75 yards. This year is 2 games, 50 yards. So
Yeah, he's not looking too hot right now. But the thing is, I guess the other big takeaway was Bradford. I mean, Sam Bradford came in there with a limited playbook, being on a team less than 2 weeks, and literally just making great throws.
Getting
And
that throw to going, yeah.
he outperformed. I mean, Aaron Rodgers with his Jordy and all his weapons. I was surprised. I thought Green Bay was just coming there, make a statement. And even when Peterson went down, like, they didn't freak. Like, Bradford had everyone cool, calm, collected, and they ended up going out there and winning the game. I was very impressed.
I want to see it so badly. Like, circa week 5 or so, Sam Bradford's still going strong. Wentz has a very explainable bad rookie game, maybe even 2 in a row. And Eagles fans start being, we should have kept Bradford. Ugh.
Jack would be the first one in line, 94-1. Hey, I need to talk to Mikey Miss. We got to talk about it. We never should have traded Bradford.
So, obviously the Packers will bounce back. We'll kind of see what the truth is there. But, man, that's looking like a tough division right now after this week.
I mean, I was on the boat for hoping. Obviously, I don't want to see Adrian Peterson get hurt, but I'm, in the boat for hoping they miss the playoffs so that Eagles get a better pick. So I don't know.
Well, I believe I had Minnesota as a wild card team in my pre-season pickup.
I had one in the division, I think.
Yeah, over Green Bay.
I thought I did.
I thought we all had Green
so
Bay
Maybe we
quite
did.
easily.
I have these notes somewhere. I don't know if they're actually on this notepad or not.
I mean, I think Green Bay was pretty convincing. Unless you picked the Lions. Was that right?
No.
No? You sure?
Yeah, not on this notepad. We'll send an intern to look at the tape. But no, not the Lions. So good. Anyway, speaking of which, and picks that we've made, let's go ahead and talk about our elimination wager that we're going on. As a recap for any first-timers for this week's episode, each week we'll be picking a team that we believe will not be making the playoffs. That will actually escalate to 2 teams per week, starting in week 5. Last week, Jack and I picked the Rams. Chris picked the Panthers, and then sabotaged the podcast, and then picked the Browns.
Yeah.
So I'm going to put you on the spot first because I hate you.
Okay. Well, I'm going crazy again.
All right.
Who would dare pick a team that won a game the previous week against a perennial powerhouse and still predict them to go ahead and miss the playoffs?
I'd assume it's some team that Yarny and myself already picked.
Bold move here. I'm throwing the LA Rams out. Russell Wilson. Obviously, Case Keenum's better than Russell Wilson. He just beat him. But I'm just going to say it's going to catch up to him in the long run here. And I'm just going to go ahead and say the Rams are not going to make the playoffs this season.
A bold prediction if I've ever heard one.
Very.
Jack, go ahead.
I'm going to go ahead and go with the Browns. So I guess 2 of us have the same teams right now.
So I'm going to not pick the Browns this week. Spoiler, strong chance of that next week. I'm going to go with the Bears. They just look so bad.
They're abysmal.
And, I mean...
Who knows how long Cutler's going to be out with his broken vagina?
Not only that, but...
Pinky?
At best, they're playing for a wild card spot. Because there's no way they're going to beat Green Bay or Minnesota, probably. So
Right.
You just rate them off right now.
Quick Cleveland tidbit since we brought him up. I saw this ridiculous stat. When they start Cody Kessler this weekend, it'll be their 5th different quarterback in 5 games. Going back to Manziel, Austin Davis, RG3, Josh McCown, and now Cody Kessler. That has to be unprecedented.
With all these broken quarterbacks this year, if Manziel were such an asshole, he could probably be playing right now.
Or if Tebow wasn't out there, being an idiot trying to hit home runs. Like, where's Tebow right now? I think, Tebow could show up, take a knee for the anthem, he could Tebow, and there's your high-profile athlete.
You know what?
I feel like he did when he played. He was taking a knee every time, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's almost poetic. But really, all jokes aside, at a minimum, he could be a backup quarterback right now.
I was surprised
some of these rosters are getting pretty thin.
I was surprised he got cut last year from Philly. I thought he was a shoo-in to make that roster. I thought Chip was going to use him.
I mean, come on, guys. We had Mark Sanchez.
Fair enough.
Sanchez.
Yeah.
Gotta love him.
Yeah. All right. So on that note, we're going to be leaving our NFL coverage and moving into a very exciting section, which is going to be Rolling Stone today dropped their list of the 100 best TV shows of all time. I believe it was. I know that Jack's got the rundown on that. We're going to take a look. And I can talk about how wrong they are about where they put the West Wing.
Be ready. Let's go ahead and start with number 100. I'm not going to count all 100. I'll just do some quick hitters. Number 100, Eastbound and Down.
Okay.
Strong start.
Fun show. Not what the critics normally like. I'm glad it made the 100.
I am too.
Good for Danny McBride. I hope he does some coke off a stripper's ass tonight.
Probably already doing it now.
95, Key and Peele.
Really?
That seems a little too timely. I mean, don't get me wrong. I loved their show.
There's a lot of timeliness on this one.
That sucks.
A lot of it.
I love their show. I thought it was hysterical. I actually was showing my mom the other day on YouTube the East vs. West.
You try? Oh, that's classic.
And the AA Ron. She actually brought it up because so my mother teaches at a public school.
Oh, here you go.
And I guess they show the AA Ron skit as just kind of a, hey, we understand that some names are more difficult to pronounce than others, but try to be sensitive about it.
Yeah.
So that's actually like part of their teacher development was showing that skit.
That's amazing.
Wow.
And she went to tell me about it.
Oh, okay. Hey, have you seen this on the internet?
So I, of course, instantly knew what she was talking about and then expanded her lifestyle.
Jack, on the spot, your favorite Key and Peele fictional character from that football game?
Actor McCracken. That's not
Did
it.
you just make that up?
There was a McCracken something, right?
I don't know, but it doesn't sound like any of them. They did 3 of them, and you just made a name up.
How about that?
There we go.
It's actually what I was just thinking, believe it or not.
It was something construction noise Lewis.
And AA Ron Rogers.
Cop, formerly known as Mouse Cop.
All right, keep going.
We got In Living Color, number 79.
That seems not to be timely. Great choice.
Walking
Fireman
Dead,
Bill.
77.
Yeah.
I found this ultimately timely. People vs. OJ was 75. Kind of weird.
For a
It won a
miniseries.
lot of
Miniseries.
Yeah, it won a lot of Emmys.
Yeah, but it won a lot of Emmys this week.
yeah.
Where's that going to be on their list 4 years from
Right,
now?
and longevity. I mean, it's a miniseries,
Right.
of all things.
Yeah, and also, didn't really break down any barriers. OJ already did it.
Yeah.
So, yeah. 64 Chappelle Show. I like it.
That seems
Yeah.
low for me.
Yeah, I mean, 'cause that show was a big deal.
It was. And, I mean...
Like cultural significance.
Yeah.
I mean, my generation, I still quote it probably once a day. At some point, somehow.
Its success made him leave the country.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Continent even.
I wish
Yeah.
Trump would do that.
Everyone start giving money to The Apprentice.
So 60 Beavis and Butthead.
Oh, that seems good.
Yeah.
I mean, because another big deal show. Mike Judge, somehow a genius.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. I love his stuff. So
So I assume South Park's top 15.
it's up there. Number 52, The Colbert Report. Number 48, The Office.
Which one?
The American Office.
Okay.
Okay. Oh.
Ooh.
Let's see. We got number 34 is 30 Rock. 33 South Park.
That low.
I thought South Park would be higher, top 25.
I would have thought so also.
It was 33. We got 27 Arrested Development.
Higher than South Park? I don't know if I can get on board with
No,
that.
I think I'm going to hold South Park as a measuring stick now. I'm probably going to get mad.
Probably.
If you-
Yeah,
It might be
don't get me
'cause-
wrong. I like the Arrested Development a lot, but South Park is actually like culturally significant.
Well, this is where my biggest what the fuck moment. Number 26 is Friends.
Why is it on the list?
Exactly.
That was a big show.
It was. Have you rewatched it?
It does not age well.
It does not age well. It's,
But to be
it's
fair-
not good.
To be fair, Seinfeld doesn't age well either.
But I still like it.
Are you sure?
No, it
dude,
doesn't. It
dude,
doesn't
rewatch it.
because if you watch Curb and then go back to Seinfeld, you'll go, oh.
so
'Cause-
much of Seinfeld
Is that
was
what- is it
life
Curb?
in New York in the 90s.
Yeah.
And that's changed a lot.
Yeah. And I mean, Curb is almost better in some senses these days because it's more timely.
Well, it's because, and also Larry David got better as he went.
Yeah, absolutely.
You got to look at the same effect with Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul. Mm-hmm. I mean, Vince Gilligan got better and better. Some people actually say Better Call Saul is actually better than Breaking Bad.
Really?
I've had a lot
I've
of-
only seen season 1 so far.
I have not talked to those people.
For real, it's out
But
there.
I've also not seen Breaking Bad or Better Call Saul.
Okay, fair enough.
All right. Getting back to it. 25 Veep. I really like Veep.
That seems way too timely. And I haven't seen it.
Doesn't
It's
it-
five, I think it's like
I'm
5
sh-
seasons now.
It's like sweeps every year too at the Emmys.
right.
It's good. It's good.
All right.
All right. Number 22, Louis. That's like a funny but makes you think show.
But better than South Park?
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
I do like the show, but better than South Park?
Yeah. All right, keep going.
21, the UK Office.
Oh, okay, I mean,
Which,
I respect they put it on there and differentiated.
yeah.
And I am not equipped to tell you why that's wrong in that position.
Having just seen, I saw the pilot, which was 1-for-1 match, and I liked, maybe because I did see more of it, but I liked the American version better on that. It was way more awkward in the UK version. But, I mean, Gervais is great.
Yeah. We're also not British.
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
Thankfully.
Thank God.
We're on the winning side of that 1776 nonsense.
All right, get into the top 20. Let's count
right.
it down. Number 20, Cheers.
All right.
Yeah. I feel like that's maybe a little bit more of a nod than what it deserves, considering what some of the other shows have
I
fallen.
love Cheers. I mean,
Cheers was
my
great.
dad used to watch it all the time. I love it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's no Night Court.
It made Woody Harrelson a star, so that's a plus.
Yeah.
Thought that was Kingpin.
No, man.
No, it was before Kingpin.
Pre-star.
Crazy enough.
If anything, White Men Can't Jump would have superseded that.
Of course. I just wanted to drop Kingpin in here.
Well, mission accomplished.
I
buddy.
mean, Kingpin all time great. Yeah.
Love it.
19, Curb. 18, the original Star Trek.
All right, very. I mean, that was a big deal show. I've never been a Trekkie up until J.J. Abrams did good things, but that show really made a lot of things happen.
And kind of awesomely bad.
Yeah,
Yeah, but people were just so blown away by like the concept of it, they didn't care at the time.
And that spawned everything, you
course.
know, all of it. I said Star Trek. 17, we got Twin Peaks. Never seen it.
haven't seen it, but that's one of those shows that apparently, if you do take the time, it's like a life-changing event.
And they keep trying to reboot it, right? Like
what I thought.
every 6 months you hear a new story about a reboot.
Yeah,
And 16, MASH. I mean, that's one of the all-time.
that should probably be higher.
I thought it'd be top
regarded
10.
shows.
I thought MASH would be in the top
And I
10.
actually would say right now we should pause at 10 and go over shows that we think have to be in there.
Okay.
I think you're going to discuss a little bit more before 10.
Oh, god damn it.
All right.
So Jack knows the shows that I love and hold dear to my heart. So that is going to anger me very thoroughly.
So I just said MASH, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You ready for number 15?
I don't think I am.
The West Wing.
Motherfucker.
That is all-time slight right there. The top 3 I absolutely agree with since I've seen this already. I put West Wing in at least my top 6.
I mean, The West Wing is amazing writing. And this is from someone that literally doesn't care about politics. I have never voted. I will not be voting this year or in the next election. I'm a conscientious abstainer to politics. But I loved The West Wing.
I've never seen it. I keep telling I need to watch it. So.
Dude, I will watch it with you.
I mean, outside of season, was it 7? I don't think there was even an episode that was really amiss outside of like some not good ones in season 7.
If I ever want to have 3 less hours of my life, I'll go onto YouTube, type in West Wing, and just clip surf and it just there goes my life.
Yeah,
But I love it.
I mean, any Bartlett clip surf. I mean, crazy.
Anything that Charlie does, or all of it.
Which
Classic Charlie.
Speaking of which,
Dude, you gotta watch this show.
I know.
yeah.
It's so good.
Well,
It's so
okay.
well
Believe
written.
you.
So
You will want President Bartlett to be a real person so that you can go vote for him and go like door to door saying how great he is.
Can we just write him in anyway?
God, I wish.
Actually, not in Delaware. No,
Yeah,
that's in
right.
Delaware.
So for our national and international podcast fans, Shower Beer Podcast is recorded in Delaware.
And we're incorporated here too, just to let you know.
Oh, yeah.
Just for legal reasons.
If you're in Delaware, not incorporated in Delaware,
You're an idiot.
You're not doing something right.
yeah, you need to hire a new lawyer.
So let's see what shows are better than West Wing according to Rolling Stone.
Well, so, just one last thing about West Wing. The top 3 shows are ones where I don't think anybody would complain about them, but they ran about 12 episodes a season. West Wing was running 20 to 24 episodes per season and ran for 8 seasons.
And sustained excellence.
And every episode, which just, real quick hitter. Number 14, Larry Sanders Show, which now actually puts... what
West Wing was better.
Jeffrey Tambor has 3 shows on that list now.
Really?
And that's
Yeah.
fine. Are you sure it's only 3? Is TransUnion?
Transparent is the third.
Okay, that's the third one. All
Larry
right.
Sanders, Transparent, and Arrested Development.
Okay.
He had a show on CBS that got canceled in a year.
Well, is Archer on there? Because he did a recurring guest
No
spot.
Archer. No
that's-
Archer. I would have
Eastbound and
highlighted
Down's
Archer.
on there. I think Archer should be.
Yeah, I mean, now, yeah.
Yeah, you want to put it like
Well,
that?
I mean, guess what else?
Well, maybe Archer was 101.
Guess what else I didn't say?
I'm listening.
Scrubs.
What?
What?
No Scrubs.
I don't want no scrubs.
Clearly they don't. All right, that's...
Yeah.
I riot. I'm going to have a very strongly worded letter to the editor.
Zach Braff must be blacklisted at Rolling Stone.
He tried to source his own movie funds.
That's right. Garden State 2, come see it.
Is that a thing?
Well, make it.
It was the crowdfunded something. Yeah. We got 13 is the Letterman show.
All right, I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
That's not what I'm thinking
mean-
of when I think of TV show, but obviously it's impactful. So Tonight Show must be higher.
Uh,
'Cause we're talking all time.
Carson?
Carson and the Tonight Show.
actually had hold on a sec. I don't
When
see-
Jack's scrolling, we
I'm
can
scrolling,
read
no.
here.
Yeah, read faster, boy.
Let's just get through the rest of this list.
All right.
and
All right. Number 12. And
12.
now, number 12.
Game of Thrones. Probably should have been
Really?
higher.
I mean, excellent show. I absolutely love it. I get excited every week to watch it. I get excited every Monday to find my friends at work that also watch it talk
Yeah.
about it.
Same. Walking Dead has the same effect.
I don't think that Walking Dead should be 77 or whatever it was, and Game of Thrones be 12.
Yeah, it should be closer.
Yeah, I think that Walking Dead should be higher, Game of Thrones should be lower. And West Wing is better than Game of Thrones.
Yes. And now that we are back off topic, Carson was 30th.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, you can have your preference, but Johnny Carson owned late night
Yeah.
for, like, literally ever. And there's not a 28 or 27 point difference in spots, even if you do think that Letterman is better.
So the Rolling Stone writers, I could absolutely see being just total Letterman heads, because you know a Letterman head when you see one, and
I do.
they run the comedy world, really.
I do.
Yeah.
All right, fair enough.
And I do prefer Letterman to most of the others.
And that's fine. Letterman is obviously talented, and you can say you like Letterman better than Leno, but I mean, Carson
I'm not putting him over Carson.
owned
Right.
it.
Right.
He was late night. But anyway, tell me what number 11 is. I'm going to be mad about
11
that
is
now.
the Joan Rivers show? No, it's actually not.
I was about to flip the goddamn table.
John looks so angry.
We were about to be out of commission for like 3 weeks while we rebuilt this room.
You should have not said West Wing until the very end, so that way he keeps getting excited thinking it's top 3. Oh yeah, by the way, West Wing was 15.
Yeah, we're gonna skip 15 now. Number 14 and beyond are not the West Wing,
You'll
and now the
never
West
guess-
Wing at
you'll
number
never get
15.
what 15 is.
All right, keep going.
Number 11, Freaks and Geeks.
2 seasons?
I watched one episode and did not like it.
So wait,
I mean, a lot of
all right.
young talent, obviously.
All right, is it that high because it launched the careers of so many like A-listers now? Maybe.
No, it stutter launched those careers.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
Freaks and Geeks happened,
And that got Apatow out there too.
right? Then most of those guys did nothing for half a decade.
And well, they went to
And
Undeclared,
then
didn't
they blew
went,
up.
Yeah.
All right, so let me give you another show that lasted 2 seasons and got canceled. That's probably not even on that list. It's better than Freaks and Geeks. Flight of the Conchords.
All
Not
right.
on there.
It's not even on the list.
Nope.
One season, great cast, not even on there. Clone High.
Never heard of it.
Really? Oh, you would both love Clone High. That is the Shower Beer Podcast homework assignment.
All right.
We're watching some damn Clone High. Possibly tonight.
Number 10, The Daily Show with Trevor Noah.
Wow.
All right.
It was not with Trevor Noah.
Daily Show obviously
Obviously, Craig
did a lot
Kilborn.
of things. I mean, R.I.P. Jon Stewart's relevance.
Yeah. I mean, talk about
No,
careers
West Wing.
launched. That's probably number 2 now to SNL of just careers launched on a single
Oh,
show.
so SNL's got to be top 10, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Or top 5?
No.
We'll get there.
Number
Don't ruin
9,
it.
All in the Family.
All right,
Oh, yeah,
that's a big deal show.
definitely.
I'm on board. Before my time, I admit it, but I'm there.
You ever watch it reruns on like TV Land or whatever that is?
Nope.
Occasionally.
Dude, they push the envelope.
Oh,
man.
yeah.
Oh, man, you couldn't even think about getting away with the stuff they say.
Yeah. Number 8, SNL.
All right, yeah, we're good with that.
Yeah.
All SNL fans here.
No commentary needed.
No.
You know, I made Kristen Wiig laugh one time.
What?
What?
Wait, hold on.
heard you
Tell
pushed
the
her.
story, please.
I did not push her. So I was managing a store in Downingtown at the time, which was her hometown. And she came in with her father and clearly autistic brother. And I forget what they were there for, like ink or something. And I just had some off the cuff comment. I don't remember what it was at this point, believe it or not.
Wait.
And I got
You made Kristen Wiig laugh and you didn't even remember
I
what
don't.
you said to make her laugh?
But it was a genuine laugh, and I stand by that.
Wait,
Wow.
you didn't write that down or something?
You know what? I probably should have, but I was just so caught up in the moment that I did not do that.
Wow.
Caught
Great
up in
story.
giving her some HP ink.
It was Hewlett Packard Inc. if memory serves.
So you remember that, but not what you told her.
Yeah. Professionalism, Jack.
I hate everything about the last 60 seconds of this podcast. Everything about it.
How so? Is that your Malort bad taste in your mouth?
Ring the bell. The Malort bell.
We have no bell, dude.
We need one.
We gotta get that in the budget. Someone, can I get an intern to write that down?
All right, number 7, The Twilight Zone.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Another very culturally relevant show.
Yeah,
It makes me feel like Star Trek maybe should have been a little bit higher.
If you
Thinking about
Star Trek was, I think, 3 seasons, which obviously the longevity hasn't really mattered
Yeah,
yet.
and
but
it is just, you did just say the original Star Trek.
the original Star Trek.
So
only.
apparently Twilight Zone launched a lot of actors, too. Like, before
Rod
they...
Sterling.
Who?
Rod Sterling.
The porn star.
And now, if you will. He was that guy.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Now
Yeah.
I know.
I know he's half the battle.
Speaking of which, great porn star name.
Rod Sterling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, come
Hell
on.
yeah. But like Robert Redford was on a very early episode when he was like in
Who?
his 20s. Exactly.
Oh, the guy, wasn't he in The Last Castle?
Yeah, the guy from The Last Castle.
Wait. When was he relevant? Like maybe sometime in the 80s?
He was good in The Last Castle.
Oh, in the 80s.
Oh!
I'm just wondering.
Heard it here first.
Watch out, Wayne Gretzky. Here comes Robert Redford.
I love the concept of Robert Redford raping Wayne Gretzky. Sorry, I just removed a whole piece of that. Jack, as you are.
Anyway.
Number 6.
All right, Jack, real quick. Other people you'd like to see Robert Redford rape more than
Corey Haim.
Gretzky.
Paul Newman.
All right.
Oh,
Jack, come through with the on-the-spot response. But he does love seeing Paul Newman get raped.
But hey, who doesn't? Everyone, moving on.
Number 6. You already like this. The Simpsons.
Only 6? That's bogus.
Yeah.
Keep going.
You say only 6, but where would you put that compared to the West Wing?
1 and 2.
I think that in a list like this, The Simpsons goes higher. The reason being, like, it's just, that show has just touched so much. Whereas West Wing, as much as I love it, and as brilliant as the writing was, it hit one arena.
I mean, I feel like I watched The Simpsons for about 5 years. I'm nowhere near the fanatic as you are. Yet,
You are.
I can still reference almost anything in my life to a Simpsons joke.
Yeah.
And that's just seeing, let's say, 5 years of The Simpsons.
All right, what's
Which
your
is
favorite
wild.
episode?
Well,
Favorite episode?
Yep.
Probably the New York one.
Yeah. Number 2 for me.
Yeah.
wow.
And
that's
they
a good one.
stopped showing it for a long time after,
Yeah.
there's some unpleasantness in the early 2000s. But really, just a wonderful episode. Amazing jokes.
Yeah.
Some of them just, I quote on the regular. Chris,
Don't have a favorite.
how
I
so?
don't know. They all blend together to me.
That's wrong.
No.
All right, so that'll be on
And
Instance Errors.
this Simpsons segment was brought to you by Mountain Dew.
I'll take a crab juice. My favorite episode, it is actually a very underrated episode. You Only Move Twice. The premise was that there's a planned community that was being created with a nuclear plant, and they're trying to recruit people to run it. And they tried taking the senior-most man at the Springfield plant, which was Waylon Smithers. Wonderful segment at the beginning where he's walking down the road, and they pull up and they want to offer him a job. He's like, "Oh no, I decline." Like, really? We'll give you a really good salary. He's like, "Oh God, I said no." what is wrong with this country that a man can't walk down the street without being offered a job? And the whole episode is just amazing jokes like that.
Okay.
So they go to the second most senior man, which is Homer Simpson, and they bring him up to run the nuclear plant. But this whole community is like so perfect that like he can like even with as imbecilic as he is, his team's so good that like they still like are like blowing things out of the water.
Of course.
And it's got one of my favorite segments. So I've managed many teams of people, and I've tried to reproduce this, and I can't do it. But he walks in and he's got his team that's all working, and doesn't know how to be a manager. So he just goes, "So, are you guys working?" And like, "Sure, we sure are." He's like, "Huh? Could you work any harder?" Like, "Yeah, sure thing, boss." And you see them all start moving faster,
That's amazing.
like clicking faster. And all you respond is, "Whoa, guys, call me Homer." I've tried to recreate that in the real world so many times, and everybody looks at me like I'm a fucking retard.
Are you guys fans of the Simpsons movie?
That's fine.
I actually really liked it.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it had some good jokes that wouldn't have made it on the show. You know, 'cause
Yeah,
it's a
I agree
movie.
with that.
But I thought it was very strong.
All right. Moving right along.
Top 5, right?
Number 5, top 5, we got Seinfeld coming
All
in
right.
number 5.
Not
That
gonna
belongs
argue
up
that
there.
at
I think
all.
that Simpsons belongs ahead of Seinfeld from a longevity standpoint alone, and also from a rewatchability. But whatever. All right, Seinfeld's should be up top.
I think I have a contention here. Number 4 is Mad Men.
What?
People love Mad Men.
I really liked it.
So I'm gonna make an admission here. Mad Men's one of those shows I didn't get into right away, and everyone told me how great it was, like most shows. I'm like, you know what? This seems like a show that's right up my alley, because I like strong characters. I like a lot of the thematic stuff there. I watched probably 5 or 6 episodes. Could not get into it. Not even a little bit.
I mean, first couple seasons were phenomenal. It got to have a little bit of a pacing problem toward the end, which you really couldn't say about the number 4 show of all time. Not number 4.
Okay.
Not number 4.
Now I want to see what top 3 is.
So I've got an idea
I think we can all name
2 of
them
them.
right now.
Well, I'm blanking on one, but
The 3 are easily the top 3, I think.
Lost and The Wire better be in there.
No Lost.
What? So Lost is not top 15?
No.
This
Lost is
whole-
number 39.
This whole list is bogus.
Yeah. I didn't see Lost, but I've heard enough about it to know where it should be.
Okay,
Top 15 for
Lost
sure.
had 3 lost seasons.
Ooh, I see what you did there, Jack.
I disagree. The ultimate water cooler show.
Yeah. But
All right, what's in this 3? I need to
All
hear
right,
all right, number 3, Breaking Bad.
Okay, I won't argue.
Some can say number 1 for that. Number 2, The Wire.
Okay.
All right.
Huge fan.
I mean, can you guess number 1 right now?
Kevin can wait. Gotta be. That pilot was sick.
Sopranos.
Sopranos.
Okay. All right.
Which I consistently say The Wire before The Sopranos.
I did not watch The Sopranos.
No surprise that HBO's 1 and 2 there.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, I mean, quality programming. I won't begrudge it, except for that I think the entire list is wrong mostly.
Yeah.
Starting at number 15?
Outside of the
Or are you
entire
saying
list.
starting
Starting
at
at 99.
What
What was 99? Do you have that up there?
Horseshit.
Number 99 was Oz.
Oh,
All right,
another HBO.
Starting at 98.
I liked Oz a lot.
Starting at 98, then.
Golden Girls?
Starting at 97.
Portlandia?
Ooh.
Yep, starting at 97.
You've
There
seen
we
it?
go. I've seen parts.
I see, yeah.
Too hipster
Well,
for
there
me.
there are only parts to it, right?
It's a show about
All right.
Portland on IFC. How much more hipster can you get?
I didn't say it wasn't expected. But anyway, so moving from me whining about that list, we're going to move into our actual whiners of the week.
Who's first?
You are, since you're the one that's not currently drinking.
Okay, I was going to take a sip, but here
Too
we go.
slow.
So my whiner of the week is 44% of American football watchers. Is that a thing? It is, according to Yahoo. Yahoo released a poll. 44% of Americans will boycott watching the NFL, apparently, if these protests continue going. I call bullshit.
Yeah, I call bullshit on that also.
But just the fact that many people...
Wait, was it 44 or 4.4?
No, 44.
Or 0.44?
No. 44% are cool with rapists, murderers, and domestic abusers on their team, but God forbid someone raise a fist.
And drug addicts.
Yeah, exactly. So, America, 44% of America, you're
so
awful.
you can raise a fist to hit your spouse
Yeah,
or
or
your
your
child,
Yes.
but not to protest very clear police brutality and a double standard with law enforcement.
Wait, you said police brutality. You must hate all police officers.
That's actually not true.
Keep-
So, common misconception. You can acknowledge that there are really bad people in any group of people. You can even acknowledge that there are people that, maybe made a horrible decision and should have been better trained and aren't actually racist. I'm not a psych major. I have not done any kind of profiles on all these cops that are shooting black people that have their hands up. But there's clearly a problem because you shouldn't shoot black people that have their hands up. Or any people for that matter.
So wait, you're telling me you can support the police in general,
Which I do.
and still have a problem with police brutality?
I am thoroughly pro-police. In fact, my favorite picture of this year has me in the foreground and a good police officer friend of mine in the background kneeling on top of a golf cart pissing off of it.
Hold on, I think he's trying to slander police right now.
He was not on duty. He was out of his jurisdiction.
Blue lives matter, Yarnell.
They do. So here's the thing. There's this whole big problem with Black Lives Matter, Blue Lives Matter, All Lives Matter. And my response is this. All lives matter? No shit.
Of course.
All right? Anyone who doesn't think that all lives matter is a whole different problem.
Yeah.
The problem that we're talking about right now, and that the media or social media, whoever, the activists are talking about, is that black lives do matter, and they're the ones that are being slighted right now, and we need to talk about
Black
it.
lives matter too.
Right. And when you say the blue lives matter, like, obviously, we all know that. We all know that they put their lives on the line. But here we have, a police officer getting killed. You're stopping traffic. You're having a parade through the streets for that police officer. Rightly so.
Which I'm not saying isn't deserved.
Rightly
'cause
so.
They do a lot of shit
Right,
I wouldn't want to do.
absolutely rightly so. Yet when you see a black kid get killed, it's a rush to find out what he was doing wrong.
Yeah, of course. So I like to compare the Black Lives Matter, All Lives Matter argument to the cancer analogy. Have you guys heard this?
No.
So say there's like a breast cancer 5K,
All right.
which is awesome.
Sure.
All right. Would you show up with a sign that says colon cancer matters too?
I would not.
No, because
I would show
obviously all cancer sucks. We're just saying, hey, this cancer sucks. We're gonna shed light on this one. This is our movement is to shed light onto this in particular because we just want to be the same as everything else. That's where it goes for me.
That is a very thoughtful and logical analogy. It has no place on a show where we're trying to be interesting.
Well, actually, what I just thought is somebody who probably has said all lives matter also came up with the Skittles meme.
Oh, no doubt about it.
Where, if you don't know about this, if you have a bowl full of Skittles and 3 happen to be poisoned, would you eat the bowl of Skittles? And we're talking about human lives here.
Yeah, the references to Syria.
Yeah, we're talking about Syria, and we're referencing human lives.
Yeah, not the same thing. And at the end of the day, I just want some Skittles now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like on
Between
the real.
that and Marshawn Lynch eating him on the sidelines,
Really?
Skittles getting a lot of play out there.
Yeah, man.
Well, not anymore. He's retired.
I should have
He's
invested.
coming back.
He probably could right now. Could play
Yeah,
for
for real.
Minnesota. So I'll go ahead and take my whiner of the week next. And this is... So there's been an actual scientific study that was done to disprove the 5-second rule. The 5-second rule, of course, is the rule that states that if you drop food onto the floor, that you have 5 seconds to pick it up before it's, like, bad to eat. And my first response is, well, no shit.
Yeah.
Who actually had to do a scientific study on this? Like, are you kidding me?
Your
Like,
tax dollars at work.
like of all the things that need our focus and attention, like all the things we've talked about so far, you really had to disprove that. We kind of knew that.
See, I'm a anti-vacciner here. I do not trust science in this case.
Okay.
I mean, in one sense, so I always kind of thought, this made me think more than anything.
I bet it did.
Weird, right? I always thought, like, okay,
Thinking on the spot
if you
about
have a wet food, something like that, it's going to gather more germs when it drops on the ground. However, think about it. You got a hot wing. It drops on the floor. the part that touches the floor stays on the floor. When you pick up that wing, you're leaving the germs on the floor. Tell me otherwise.
Well, not all foods are hot wings, unfortunately.
No, not all foods, but I'm
And
just saying in
also-
this case.
Are you saying that you have some hot wings here?
I do not.
All right, well, you're quite the tease.
Yeah.
So,
I got nothing on that.
so here's the thing. I have a very strong immune system. I get sick approximately once a decade. And I honestly believe that part of that is because I fully support the 5-second rule. If it's a close call, I'll go to the 10-second rule if I need to.
Yeah.
I mean, unless I'm dropping in dog shit.
Well, I don't spend a lot of time near dog shit. I don't own any dogs. So that's really not a huge problem for me.
I own dogs, and I've never dropped any food in dog shit.
Nice
Right.
to know.
And you know what?
to know.
You can audible that if you do. Don't eat it.
Yeah.
Seems like a smart move.
And when that happens, I'll let you guys know about my experience.
And I can't wait. Jack, your whiner of the week?
All right, my whiner of the week is the Good Food Institute, which it's going to be an oxymoron in a second once you hear this. They started a campaign against In-N-Out, saying that In-N-Out should offer more vegetarian options.
Wrong.
I believe the vegetarian option is to go somewhere else.
Yeah, so first of all, they said the quote-unquote fans of In-N-Out would like vegetarian options. Now, which fans are actually, A, a fan of In-N-Out, and B, a vegetarian?
Yeah.
That Venn diagram has literally zero overlap.
I think my arm. You see how far apart my arms are right now.
They're pretty far.
Yeah, pretty far apart. I mean,
you could be crucified right now and with no movement.
so
go ahead.
this just gets to one of my things. Kind of it goes along with a safe space and being politically correct and all that. It's like everybody has to cater to everyone. Why do we have to do that now? I just don't get it. Like, they serve fries and they serve burgers and they serve milkshakes. Do we have any surprise that they're all of a
surprised.
sudden? Do we have any surprise that I need to feel included and have my vegetarian meal when I go to
Of course.
In-N-Out?
My big takeaway from what you're talking about is first thing you said was the Good Food Institute, which sounds like the type of scientific establishment that would conduct the same type of experiment for your 5-second rule.
I agree.
I feel like that happened at the Good Food Institute.
I don't know if it did or did not. I didn't actually read the article. So
It just sounds like the type of place that would do that type of experiment.
maybe vegetarian food conducts bacteria better, so they just had a shitty study.
I can neither confirm nor deny. But that is a great whiner of the week. I think 3 good ones all around this week.
No bias. I thought mine was the best.
No bias. I thought yours was the worst. I actually already forgot what it was.
Good.
Yeah, same here.
44% of Americans.
I thought your whiner
Are the worst.
For some reason, I thought your whiner was Wayne Gretzky.
No. It was Corey Haim. He was the one whining. Oh, I'm sorry.
All right. On that note, we're moving to kind of wrap things up. Now, Jack, you actually just got back from Notre Dame.
I did.
Any comments on that?
Notre Dame, I'd say everybody should probably try to get to Notre Dame at some point. I'm mostly a pro college fan, Whoa.
Way to run the field there.
Pro football fan. My girlfriend graduated from Notre Dame, and I got some awesome tickets to the Michigan State game. I would say you would have to absolutely hit one of the total dive bars down there. You have to get a Papa Smurf, which is, I'd say, probably about a 24-ounce drink.
I like how you size it out with your hands for the podcast crowd.
If you're watching at home, with approximately 5 shots in it, and it tastes like a blue lollipop, and is $7.
Blue is my favorite fruit.
And it was phenomenal.
Is there
It'll get you drunk.
It'll get you drunk.
It'll get you drunk. Yeah. But going.
This is how I normally talk.
Is there a dive bar down there called Rudiger's? What's Rudy like down there in South Bend? Is it a thing?
Apparently, Rudy goes to all the games, and all the alumni have met him.
Real Rudy or Sean Astin?
Maybe both.
I imagine that one stands on the other's shoulders, and that's how they buy their movie tickets.
Hello, my good man.
That's how they get on roller coasters. They've got the big trench coat on.
I want to see Sean Astin dressed up as one of those hobbits at the game.
That'd be so good.
That'd be so good.
People would probably confuse him with the leprechaun.
You know, you're right.
Even better. Even better, honestly. All right. And on that note, we're going to go and wrap up this episode. Make sure to follow us at Shower Beer Pod on our various social media type things that we have and are now going to be active with. I believe Chris is in charge of our social media.
I'm ready when you guys are. Just give me the word.
This is the word.
The word. All right, I'm in.
So, guys, that's what we've got. Have a great weekend and peace.